Welcome to Teddi Talks, the podcast where we have open, revealing conversations about being female, being healthy, wealthy, and wise throughout generations. I'm your host, Teddi-Jann.
And I'm your co-host, Nicky LaRochelle.
In each episode, you will get to hear real stories that shaped us. We will be vulnerable and honest. It's girl talk, talking about things that few women talk about but want to know. You will learn, laugh, cry, and maybe even get angry. But Nicky and I have your back. We support you.
Yes, we do.
This is a place for support and enlightenment, and our mission is that you will find your own positive voice throughout our stories. Sit back, relax, join us on this incredible journey of growth, resilience, and empowerment.
Hello.
I like my hat.
I do love your hat.
Hello, beautiful gems.
Hello, beautiful gems.
Yeah, baby.
You're Teddi-Jann.
And you're Nicky.
And I'm Nicky Lynn.
Oh, LaRochelle. Okay, so lots have been happening.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you for coming back.
Yeah, this is Frozen 4 week.
Yes.
That's why I got my hat on.
Nice.
And
And you've got your champion ring on.
I got my champion ring, but on the way to see some hockey games. And I know some people will be traveling or coming back to travel to go to the Frozen 4 for men. This is the women's one. And March is Women's History Month. I think every month should be History Month, Women's History Month, because lots of things aren't said all the time. But on the way, my husband and I stopped to see out to Ithaca, New York. We stopped in Stockbridge, Massachusetts. And that is the home and studio of Norman Rockwell.
Okay.
And because I'm an art person, that's what I spent a lot of money for my education is art. I was painting major at Cornell and then ended up getting my art teaching certification through UMaine. But we stopped at the Norman Rockwell Museum, and there was a exhibit, and I bought the book by she's an artist, Anita Kuntz, which I'm not probably saying it right, but it's called Original Sisters. And this book has portraits of women who may not have been totally noticed. The gallery, one gallery had these little portraits. I believe they were, I want to say maybe 11 by 14. But I bought the book because she has lots of women that I had no idea about. I'll just show you this right now.
I love your energy and how excited you are, because you're yelling. Like
yelling.
You are so excited about this book.
Well, I had to buy it because, yes, it's a signed copy for the artist, but how she portrayed, let's see, I don't know, but let's say 150 maybe of these portraits of women. Yeah. And
are these?
You can see this online, the Norman Rockwell Museum, Original Sisters.
Are these women that changed
the world?
They changed the world in some way. Okay.
And it's through time, all times. From there's Egyptian,
Queen Victoria and all that.
Queen Victoria's in here. Here is an anonymous cave woman because they realized that these cave paintings, they originally, of course, thought they were men, but no, they have found that they were women.
Oh, wow.
People from 4000 BCE.
I don't know what BCE means.
I don't either. But the anthropologists...
Before Christ exceptionally.
Right. They cave art paintings.
You know what BCE is? Let us know.
Paleolithic women
Wow.
And so that is this artist. I mean, it starts like with that, but goes all the way up to, of course, Kamala and other. They've got Maria Montessori in here. So it's all countries, all ages, but very interesting how this lady portrays. I think this one is Margaret Mead, maybe on the front. But
Nice.
so I had to just put this plug in because of Happy Women's History Month and love the woman that you're close to, or respect her and treat her with kindness. And
Yes.
so there you go.
All right.
That's my little.
What are we talking about? We only have a short time.
I know. We're talking about
Want to
another
shut your
book.
phone off?
Sorry.
I love and respect you, Teddy. You want to shut your phone off?
Yeah. Oh, hold on. Yes.
So we're
I'll
going to
do
talk
that.
about another book here that is really kind of a great read.
It's a great read.
It's fictional.
It's fiction, but it deals with life as current.
A teenager, right?
Teenager life. It's called Regretting You
By Colleen Hoover.
Colleen Hoover. She's a New York Times bestselling author. I don't know if this one was on the New York Times bestselling list, but it talks about her life starting from when she was a teenager
Yeah.
and then goes till
She's an
present
adult.
day.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
I
I
think the
love-
book was. Go ahead.
I love about this book that they give you both spectrums, both sides. So you hear about the mom side when she was a teenager all the way to present day, but then you see the side of the teenager that the mom had when they started talking about the mom being a teenager.
I mean,
it's
it
like
bounces
it kind of
back
Yeah.
from her own senior year in high school.
and now it's her daughter's senior year.
and then her daughter's senior year.
And it's so funny. I don't know, because I want to not try to give the book away because it is kind of a cliffhanger.
So good.
But it is really fascinating to me because we talked a little bit about, in the past, we've talked a little bit about perspectives and we've talked about like one side of the story or another side of the story. And it's so fascinating to me. This really ties in because the teenager has an idea of what's going on
Right.
in the mom's life. And the mom has a whole different reason that she's protecting the teenager from.
Right. Because of her past.
Because of her past. And there's
And-
two storylines and two narratives that are happening in this book.
And the thing is that it brought back memories of mine, because if you don't have a teenager or haven't had a teenager as a mother, you might not get the connections. But obviously, we've all been teenagers.
Yes.
And some of my experiences growing up totally reminded me of the conversation in this. It's really, I think any writer who writes a novel, if they're very eloquent with their writing of actual dialogue, really, that's it for me. I can give a whole bunch of different books that I recommend with that, but that brings people to life and makes the realistic scenario and makes it play out better when you have good dialogue. So, I mean, they start out with, two couples in a car, maybe going to make out. They don't go that far, but because I don't want to make a spoiler alert type of thing.
Yeah,
But
don't spoil it because
No,
it
no.
is a cliffhanger.
it's a cliffhanger, but it starts with a conversation in a car and kind of ends with a conversation about a car in the
Yeah.
back seat. But it's when you think of your own teenage years, Nicky, did you go out on a date with your husband in the car? Double dating?
Yeah.
Okay.
A few times.
All right.
I mean, we got married pretty young.
Right.
We didn't have a lot of time to go dating. We just kind of got married. But yeah, I remember going out a couple of times. I did do a double date. I actually only remember it once.
I'll just tell you this one scenario of like, I went to high school in Waterville. My dad was at Colby, and Colby Pond was the parking place, the park where you go to park. And parking means make out with your boyfriend. Right? Well, I had a first date with this person who subsequently later came to UMaine and was a quarterback. Anyhow, but I'm a freshman in high school.
Okay.
And he's older
Senior?
than me. Yeah, and he was in a different town.
Okay.
First date, double date with these, older kids. I'm like, wow. But he picked me up. They picked me up early. And they was like, well, we can't go to the Y dance right now, so let's just stop at the pond. Now, it's broad daylight, okay? Lots of families went there with ice creams, whatever.
Okay.
So, I didn't know this guy. It was a first date.
Right.
So they stopped there. We're just talking. Hello, my mom and dad coming back from getting ice cream with my two brothers. They drive by and see the car there.
Right.
Oh, when I get home from
Were you
this date-
supposed to be there?
Well, no, we didn't say we weren't. We were going to the dance.
Right.
But we were early.
Not where you were supposed to be.
Well, it's not like, I don't know. It just was. We were
Okay, were you
going
going to get in
dance.
trouble? Did you think you were going to get in trouble
No.
at this moment?
No.
Okay.
I didn't. I had,
I would have already been like, I'm dead.
well, no,
They
I didn't.
saw me,
I
I'm
didn't
dead.
see them.
Oh.
I did not see them.
Okay.
And we had stopped there. We were just chatting. We may have even gotten out. It was not a long time because then we went to the dance. You can't go to the dance and be the first people there, right?
No, that makes you uncool.
Right, very uncool.
Yeah, you can't do
So
that.
they saw, and hey, I'm not driving. I'm in the back seat.
You don't have any control.
I'll tell you. His first name, Stan, and we're just talking. Like, Stan to come to the beach with us and played football with my dad and all this stuff. So anyway, I get home that night. I walk in the door and my mother goes, "You're grounded."
Oh, no.
I go, "I'm grounded? What? Where did you go with?" I'm like, "We went to the dance."
Right?
I was totally like, I didn't know. She goes, "You lied to me. You went parking." I go, "What?" She goes, "I saw you, la, la, la." And I'm like, "No."
Did you even kiss Stan?
No.
Bummer. You got grounded and you didn't even kiss him.
I know. I go
Man.
like, "Yeah, we were at the Colby Pond, but..." Yeah. And she goes, "You're grounded for 2 weeks and you can't go out with him." And I'm like, that's what I get for telling the truth?
She didn't believe you, though, right?
Yeah, we went to the Colby Pond, but it's, hello, broad daylight. I don't even know him. She did not.
So she didn't trust you.
You know why?
Because your sister.
Well, that. And she didn't trust herself.
Oh.
She was a little wild thing.
Oh, mama.
She was.
Uh-oh.
I have to say, she's engaged to one guy and then goes out with my dad.
Uh-oh, mama.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, okay.
So she's projecting on me. I'm like, what? I'm grounded because I'm the good girl.
Right.
And I said to myself right then, my mom's dead now. I am not going to tell the truth when she asks me now.
Really?
I'm going to protect myself.
Because you thought you told the truth.
I told me the truth and I'm grounded.
So next time you're just not going to tell the truth.
I'm not going to tell the truth, or I'm not going to explain things.
So did you start doing things that were... No, you were still a good girl.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, well, if she thinks that... This is how my brain works. Well, if you think I've already done it, then I'm just going to go do it now. Because if you're going to ground me for nothing, you might as well ground me for something.
Because I'm like comparing myself to, my sister maybe a teeny bit, you know, but my sis, I love her. She had my dad wrapped around her little finger. Mm-hmm. I don't know, you know, for parents who have more than one child, you know, you try to be. I only had one, so unfortunately, he got everything. But I didn't have to like weigh like, oh, well, I'll have to get this much because I got Joey this, and you have to do.
Can I
this.
ask you a personal question?
Yeah.
Why did you only have one child?
Because I got divorced.
Okay. Were you not of childbearing age when you met your next husband?
He had a vasectomy.
Okay. All right.
Stinker.
All right. Would you have had another
We
child?
went to fertility training.
Okay.
Therapy.
Training.
It was training.
Well, he is a coach. He is a coach, so that'd be like, all right, 1, 2, 3. Do it again.
We went to Boston to see if he could get
Okay.
it reversed.
Because some people can, right?
Yeah, but if you've had it done, oh boy, that's his story.
Okay.
But he was real young and he got his vasectomy.
Okay.
We didn't marry until in his 40s.
Okay.
So
It
the
just-
doc said, you're not even making it anymore.
Oh, he was older.
Yeah, because he'd had the vasectomy when
When he was young.
30.
Okay.
Believe me, if you are sure in your heart that you don't want children, fine. When you're young, do it. But yeah, things change. And when you do something like that, you cannot reverse it, which is sad.
Yeah.
But-
Some people do.
Oh
That's why I
yeah,
was
but
like-
if it's within a couple of years, you can.
But
after
it's been
10
too long.
years,
And he's older.
in his 40s,
Yeah.
the doctor from Boston had said, your body has stopped making
Yeah. Because it had been so
sperm.
long.
Your body's not making it.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Interesting. I was just curious.
yeah,
I never asked you that question before.
that's
so I thought I
definitely-
would do it publicly in front of
Yeah,
everybody else.
well, I was ready.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So you would have had another
Oh
child.
my gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted, and so my son wanted a sibling too.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's
Okay,
that.
Sarah, Sarah.
But as far as telling the truth, and lots of this has secrets or
And-
lies.
But the truth is not being believed a lot in this book.
right?
And it's like the confusion, you get to read the confusion of the perspective of the person that's talking in the book about saying the truth and it not being believed. And then you get to see the perspective of the person who didn't believe them and how they narrated it, which is quite fascinating for me.
Fascinating.
Because that is really how conversations and relationships happen. And if you're not having that communication that says, well, I thought what you had said was that you hated me. And then you say, that's not how I said it or what I meant by it.
right.
And, people.
Or you protect people. That's a
Yeah,
lot.
that's a lot
of
that
what-
has
a
happened
lot
there.
in this regretting you, because you're protecting people
from the truth.
from the truth because you don't
want them to get hurt.
or to hate you.
To hate you, yeah.
I mean, that's the mom
Yeah.
in this. She doesn't want her daughter to hate her.
Or hate the other people.
Oh, right.
There's
Other
other
people
people that are
involved.
involved, and she doesn't want her daughter to hate them. She doesn't want her daughter to and so I don't know how I feel about that, Teddi.
I know.
Because she doesn't want her daughter to have negative thoughts about the behaviors of someone that's close to her in her life. But the behaviors were not upstanding. Like, they weren't good behaviors. And so now this is
Maybe
where
not good in her mind, but they weren't really bad.
bad.
Well, that's a good reaction to have, because if two people love each other and
Ooh.
they can't help it, because somebody told me a long time ago, you just can't help who you love. Sometimes you just love someone. And so And those people were doing something which you would consider bad, but they were trying to protect their loved ones.
I think we have everyone thoroughly confused. And
Oh,
I love
yeah.
it.
That's why you
have
got
to go read the
this.
book.
You got to read it. And so it puts...
So you're saying that even though, like, so somebody would think, I think, like, that was bad.
Well,
and then you're like, but there's another angle to this. Maybe it's not bad.
Maybe they were... the reason they kept their secret because they didn't want to hurt people.
Okay, well, that needs to stop. Right?
I mean, listen.
So now
I like honesty. Having gone through a divorce, please be honest with me.
Yeah.
But
Do you think people can sense when people are hiding things? I think they can. I think some people can. People that have had a lot of trauma can definitely pick up on, like, you can tell me, like, you could try to convince me of something. Well, there's two sides to that. Either I've picked up on small cues that I know that you're hiding something, or I've had so much trauma in my life that I just assume everybody's hiding something.
well, that's probably what you fall into, because I think people, when they hide something after year, because this is a long time that some of this has been
17
hidden,
years, right?
I think.
We never did find out the one.
We
the
haven't
whole,
really
like-
found out the whole truth.
And I really hope that there's another book
Me
that comes
too.
out, because
I was thinking
need
it's a
to know.
perfect, this is a perfect prequel to something. But that's the whole thing, is that if somebody hides it for years and years and years, it just becomes part of your story. And you now act like
it didn't happen.
like it's true.
Yeah.
It's true. And I think this book too, because we all have stories, and I mean, there's some things that I don't know if I can ever admit in my life. I serious. And I don't know if I should. And sometimes things like this book have it
Filter out.
percolate up. Like, should I tell this secret or not? Because I was protecting. I am protecting.
So,
Myself, probably.
I don't want to dive too back into
No.
our previous episode where it was pretty harsh and pretty thick, but there's people that don't say their truth.
Correct.
And they hold on to things that are not theirs to hold because they are protecting
Yes.
the other party, or they're protecting
Innocent, maybe.
or the culprit.
Or the culprit.
I mean, let's talk about some of the things that, like, secrets are not always, you see, when my kids were little, I never said I have a secret to tell you, or will you keep a secret, or don't tell, because there are some things that get swept under the rug, and there's some serious things that don't get spoken about because their power is the secret of it, like, by not saying, the shame and the secret.
Oh, yeah. The person who's not telling.
The person who's not telling that's the power that the culprit has by things like, you have to keep things a secret. And I don't know, maybe it's the world that we're in right now, but I'm like, I'm just going to start talking, because I'm just going to start talking. I'm going to start talking my truth, and, make sure that I do it respectfully, but this is my truth, and this is where I am, and this is what's been done to me.
And it's good for mental health when you're honest, because for your own self. So I can say one part about when I got divorced, I was protecting my ex, and yes, I didn't realize it though, but I was trying to protect my son.
Right.
By not really being clear. And
because you didn't want your son to be angry at your
No,
ex.
I just didn't want him to be upset.
Right.
It wasn't that. I mean, I guess maybe when I look back at it, I was trying to protect him, but I was really, my focus was on my son.
Right.
I wanted to protect him. And the therapist that I went through, so he keeps asking, why are you divorced? Why are you divorced? Why are you divorced? Right. And my therapist said, tell him.
Did you do the we just didn't get along?
Yes, that's what I said.
Some people
we
just
didn't
don't
get along.
We didn't love each other anymore.
Yeah, I just said we didn't get along. We didn't, we were angry with each other. And my therapist said, wrong. Tell him.
Did you tell him?
And I did.
Okay.
And I sort of regretted it.
You did.
Because I just said to my son one time, I said, your dad had a girlfriend.
Yeah.
And he
crashed.
What? I don't believe you. Call him up right now.
Yeah.
That's what happened. And I'm like, all right. Well, he goes, get your phone, call him up right now.
And he didn't believe you. Did he eventually believe you?
No, well, listen.
Okay.
So we get my ex on the phone, and Darren takes the phone. Dad, is this true? You had a girlfriend? And right out of the blue.
Not even, hi, how are you?
Yeah, how high are you? Actually, I might have said, yep. Darren has a question for you.
Yeah.
Because Darren grabs the phone.
Yeah.
And, I can kind of hear. And he's he admitted it, sort of. He said, well, yeah. And then, of course, when Darren hands me the phone back, of course I caught hell.
For telling him.
The hell?
Yeah. Well, let's pick this up the next episode, because I want to hear more about your situation and your, how you felt.
The trauma that I felt.
Your trauma that you felt, the things that you've been through. But also, I want to dive more into, how telling your truth affected you as a person, affected your relationship with other people. And so remember, subscribe, and
yes, subscribe to Teddy Talks 9.
Yep.
We deeply appreciate you. We deeply appreciate Selfie Space, Subban, and this Regretting You book is what really
gets you right on the edge of the
thinking.
Seats. Yes.
About your childhood, teenage years.
So remember, no matter what age you are, you can always take care of yourself.
Yes,
and
please do.
Thank you for listening.
Please follow us on YouTube, Teddy Talks.
Don't forget to subscribe. You can also find Teddi-Jann at msha.ke/Teddi.Jann. Those are 2 N's, Jann. And if you want to follow my journey with the Wellness Lounge, you can do so at rnwellnesslounge.com, and of course all of our social media channels. So as a disclaimer, as always, we want you to know that all episodes and personal stories are our beliefs, our opinions, and they're not to be substituted for advice from a professional provider. Stories and names sometimes might be changed to protect the other side. And remember, it's okay to take care of yourself and celebrate you no matter what age.
This is true, and we are very grateful and appreciative of Selfie Space located in Brewer, Maine.
Check them out.